Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to part 3. This part I'm going to introduce to you now that you should have finished the entirety of your Technological and Developing World Comparisons worksheet. I'm going to tell you what you're going to do next. So the next piece, I'm going to show you how you're going to make your presentation, how to create a Google Slides and what kind of slides to make, and how to get a different theme, just in case you don't know that. And then the fourth thing, I'm going to add a fourth thing in here, is to show you a sample slide. So I'll build a few slides for you to show you what I am looking for. So first piece, you're going to go to Google Slides. Google Slides is probably one of the best and is the easiest applications that you can use. You can go up here to the very top, at the very top, to Template Gallery to choose what kind of theme you want. There's a lot of different kinds of themes that you can use. I'm just going to use a general presentation because that's the easiest. And it has a few slides that I've previewed and I really like. On the right hand side here, you can see themes that will pop up on your Chromebook as well. And you can choose a different theme here, a different theme for your presentation. I highly recommend choosing something that someone else hasn't done, or making your own theme as well. You can totally do that. I'm going to keep it with this current theme because I think it looks nice already. Let's see here. Next, I'm going to look at all of these different kinds of slides. They seem pretty good, these different slides. I am going to delete the few slides that I don't want, which is almost all of them, except for this last one. Remember, in order to receive a B on this, you have to have a slide for every single characteristic. So that means you have to have at minimum 16 slides, since there are 16 different characteristics. So how am I going to do that? I really like this slide, because first off, it gives me a title box. It gives me a box on the left to type in, and a box on the right to type in. Since also to receive a B, you have to have information of your technological and your developing all on the same page. So how you can get a new slide, so you can go to Insert, New Slide, and it should copy the slide that you've highlighted. So it should be the exact same point. Type title, text box on the left, text box on the right. Pretty easy. So I'm going to build my title slide first. I like to keep it simple. I'm just using the two countries I'm using. Singapore versus St. Vincent and Grenadines. Under presentation subtitle, I'm going to put a comparison between a technological and a developing country. And of course, always, especially on your worksheet, make sure your name is on this. Make sure your name is on your slide, on your title slide. So I'll put my name on here to show you, to make sure that you remember. Next bit, I'm going to make my first slide. So the first slide I'm going to make is gross domestic product because it's the first one on the table. You can choose to put internet at the top or cell phones or whatnot. It's up to you. But I'm just going to go with the two boxes that I've completed. So I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint. I'm going to put gross domestic product at the top. I'm going to put GDP in parentheses so that if I say GDP, since gross domestic product is really long to say, you know what I mean by GDP. I'm going to delete all of this stuff in here because we don't need it. I personally like this style of changing the alignment. I'm going to bold it, and I'm going to put the technological at the top, on the left side, center, bold, developing on the right side. You don't have to do it this way. You can change the fonts, you can change the font size, whatnot. You don't even have to follow the same style that I'm doing. You just need to make sure you have the following pieces. Underneath technological, I'm going to put Singapore, this country name, Singapore. And then I'm going to put the number. I forgot the number. $527 billion. So, all of this information I have here is all you need for one side. Then you have to do it for the other side as well. St. Vincent and Grenadines, and their GDP is $1.266 billion. So this is part way to be getting a B on your presentation portion, on getting the slides, on the slides part. So what do you have to add next? We have to add pictures. We have to add pictures that represent the GDP or gross domestic product of these countries. So for example, how to do this, you can go to Insert, Image. You can search the web. If you have a drive or photos, URL or a camera, you can do any of these, but we're going to do search by web. And I'm going to type in Singapore GDP. Because why not? And let's see here. Is this an image that I like? Let's see here. Double clicked on it, tells me that is not a good image. So make sure the image is related to your country in some way. And also the topic that we're looking at. So make sure like your GDP, your image is about Singaporean goods or something, or Singapore's technology or schools or something that's part of their GDP. I'll try Singapore GDP again. Maybe they'll come up with something better, which I am not seeing something really good. So I'm going to go back and say Singapore schools. Why not? Because, you know, schools are part of the GDP there. Like building the school is something that's made in the country, and the services that are provided at schools would fall under GDP as well. So this is a good image of a Singaporean school. And if the image is huge like this, oh God, just make it smaller. Make sure it fits and does not cover up your information. Next, I'm going to do the same thing. Insert image. Search the web for St. Vincent and Grenadines. Let's do schools for them too. Why not? Seeing what their schools look like. Because you know the same logic applies. Building the schools is part of GDP, and the teachers who teach there are giving a service and getting paid for that service. So that should be part of GDP as well. We're going to place this right underneath here. Perfect. That's all you need to receive a B on this slide. And in order to receive the full B, every single slide has to be like this. So GDP per capita, I would want to do the same thing. Technological, developing, St. Vincent and Grenadines. And I think you sort of get the point for this. You're going to make a slide for every single characteristic. Remember that. To make new slides again, just a reminder, you're going to go to Insert, New Slide, and it should be a copy of the slide that you've highlighted. So now with this, if you have any questions, once again, email me. I'll be around my computers as always. Once again, I apologize. I can't be there to help you out through all of this. But I look forward to all of your presentations and have fun researching different countries. Learning about countries is so important and something that I love to do. I will see you on Wednesday.